Hey guys, Tim and Adam here, and we want to welcome you back to Flipperflix. You guys know how much Tim loves his foods, and he got to try a new one recently called 3 Wishes.
Yup. Breakfast being my favorite meal, I was excited to try this new cereal out. It's high in protein, low in sugar, and grain-free.
I thought I saw that 3 Wishes is free from wheat, dairy, soy, oats, corn, rice, and peanuts.
That's right. It's plant-based and gluten-free certified, made with modern-day clean ingredients like chickpeas, pea protein, and tapioca.
Well, that sounds like a feat of food science.
One that took 2 years to develop.
Incredible! So what flavor of these 3 Wishes did you devour, Tim? I saw they had cocoa, cinnamon, honey, and unsweetened.
I went with cocoa, and it was delicious.
With 70% less sugar and as much as 8 times the protein of their decadent counterparts, there can't be anything like this on the shelf right now.
And there isn't. 3 Wishes is now offering our listeners 10% off with the code PODCAST10.
So head to their website at www.3wishescereal.com to learn more.
We hope you enjoy this episode.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Flipperflix. These guys are making me intro, and I just find that ridiculous.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Wow.
Adam is
I
not
crack
amused.
myself up.
Wow. I like to try and hold off the laughter as long as I can.
I know, it's really awkward.
I know, because Sam's just staring at me like, I'm funny, right? Me funny guy, gal. But yeah, we're Flipperflix. That's Sam.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim is here with some social media information.
Oh, is it my turn?
Indeed.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm Tim, and we do have the social media platform that we're on, known as Instagram and Twitter. I didn't use the plural form of platforms, but that's okay. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, yada, yada, yada. List goes on. We have a website, flipperflix.wixsite.com/home. You do need the /home to get there, but you can also follow the link on Instagram, and it'll take you directly to it, which is probably a little bit easier for most people.
Yeah, especially considering Tim's the only one that can get the website right
He
these
has
days.
it all written down in front of him.
Don't you worry, I am reading it off.
Yeah, he writes it down.
I do.
We always try and do it by memory.
I used to do that, and then I messed it up every time, but then I wrote it down. So there you go. We post episodes Thursdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't ask why we picked that time. We just did. So
You can ask. We don't have a good answer, but you can ask.
Exactly. There's
So hit us
no
up on
rhyme
Twitter
or
and
reason
Instagram.
besides the fact that it was the time that worked. But you know what? Get hyped. 1 p.m. Go there. Listen to our latest episodes. I guess on to Adam.
Yes, it is. And I spun last week. We spin. Figure out what movie we're watching. I got How Did You Miss That? And
You spooned it. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either. But typically with this one, we pick a movie that it's like, how did you miss that? Like, we did Dead Poet Society. Tim did Alien. Because, like, I hadn't seen the original Alien. Tim hadn't seen Dead Poet Society. And, like, those are bigger movies. So typically we go with, like, the hell? Like, how did you, like, how? Just how? How? Mm-hmm. Which is Tim on this podcast constantly when we're talking about other movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why am I the one that's seen all the movies? I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's like...
It's because you're old.
Yeah, it's because you're the old man.
You got a head start.
I forgot how old I was this year, and I was like, wait, I gotta count. That's the first time this ever happened. And I was like, what
this
is
poor
it?
fella.
Oh, yeah, I was like, shit. I was driving, and I was like, hold up. 31, yeah. And I was like, I think that's correct.
That sounds right.
We'll
I was like,
with
shit,
that.
I'm gonna be 32 this year? Holy fuck. But, you know.
Anyways.
I was waiting for it.
But this week I went with a different route. More of how did you miss that to Sam? Because Sam and I have been together for 11 and a half years. Mm-hmm. And I loved this movie, Pitch Black, mm-hmm. which I like all the Riddick series, episode movie things. And Tim really likes them. And we're like how did you get by without us forcing you to watch it?
That is a good question.
Like, I think you just kept telling me, no, I'm not going to watch it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. You didn't enjoy it, but that's whatever. Anyway, so that's how we ended up with Pitch Black in the Chronicles of Riddick series.
Mm-hmm.
The synopsis is a commercial transport ship and its crew are marooned on a planet full of bloodthirsty creatures that only come out to feast at night. By then, they learned that a month-long eclipse is about to occur.
Damn.
That's it.
Where did you watch this, Tim?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
So Tim rented it from Amazon Prime. It's on like maxgo.com or something, like Cinemax's website, but
Oh, okay.
we don't have that. But like I said, I really liked the series and I happen to own the DVD.
Whipping out them DVDs again.
We have a collection.
I feel like I own it somewhere too, and I almost bought it on Amazon.
No.
And I
Yeah.
was like, I won't.
I feel like you definitely own the second one, like Chronicles
That's
of Riddick, the one with Carl
Yeah,
Urban.
no, for sure my parents have that somewhere. I think
Yeah.
they have like all the Riddick somewhere. I don't know if they have Pitch Black. I think they do, but I'm not sure.
I have like the special edition with the animated movie that like
Yeah.
kind of like connects the two together, and then the
Right.
second one. So like I got 1, 1.5, and 2. Then we also have Riddick, the third film.
Mm-hmm.
But going on about that,
Yes.
Sam, what were your expectations going in?
So I know that you really like this movie, and my dad and my brother really like this movie. And at some point, I saw one. Well, I saw part of one of the movies. I think it was the second
It's
one.
got to be the second one.
Because nothing rung a bell in this movie. And I was like, oh, that looks really good. And so by the time the newest one came out, we watched that together, or at least
you
parts
watched it with
of
your dad.
I somehow saw that one because there's dogs in it. And I was
And she's
hyped
like,
about
doggies!
that. And for some reason, they must be memorable because they're stuck in my brain. So anywho, I was excited. I mean, I was curious to see if it held up because when was this made?
You were 7.
Yeah, this was made like a long time ago.
2000.
So I was curious, like, oh, is it still just as good? Because, like, I haven't seen you, like, watch it, and I don't know if that's just because of me, but anyhow.
It is.
I haven't seen anybody, like, rewatch it, but I know it was really big at the time it came out.
Yeah.
So it sounded good. I was for it, and then you guys were like, how'd you miss that? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. I just did.
Dude, I was 7.
Yeah. I was just like, a little kid. Anywho, Tim, expectations?
I was pumped. I love this movie. I hadn't seen it in a while. Again, I mean, for some reason, there's like movies that I'm like, oh, I love it, but I haven't watched it in a while.
Yeah.
And the podcast has definitely brought me around to be like, oh man, yeah, I'm glad I'm watching this again. And that's kind of what I got from this, because this is out of the Riddick series, this is my favorite.
Oh.
I don't know. I think it's just because it's kind of the origin story, sort of, or it's just kind of like there was mystery to him in this movie, and then they like dig into his past and stuff as the Riddick series goes on. So I think I like that aspect of it, and it's kind of like a horror film. So I was pumped.
I was going to say, we can get into this later, but I was curious, like, was this marketed as a horror film at the time? Or, like,
I think
semi-horror? Okay, yeah.
Sci-fi
fit.
thriller.
Yeah.
Which concludes to horror sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the time.
I personally saw the second one first.
Okay.
Like, I remember because we had to have been like in high school when the second one comes out.
Yeah.
And Tim, I swear you and I saw it in theaters together.
We probably did. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know.
But
like,
don't ask me to remember that.
I know. But I remember seeing it and being like, dude, this is so cool. I want to get those little contact lenses, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
really wanted like.
Oh yeah, they're
Yeah,
like
the white-
what is that? The tanning bed glasses? Like that's what they
Yeah.
look like.
Oh no, I wanted contacts
Or
to
like
make it look
the-
like I had white eyes.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
you're talking about so they're like that oil look to them. Yeah.
Yeah, but when I first saw this movie, I was like, ooh, I'm not a spooky movie fan, but like I like Riddick, so it's got to be similar to the first one.
Right.
First one I saw, which is the second one. Blah. But going into this time, it's been a while because, like I've said, like Sam has been like, let's watch Lord of the Rings. That's not exactly it, but she would choose the Alien series over it because she's like, I know I like these. I question if I like those because
Right.
I know, because like your brother and your dad loved them, so that doesn't automatically translate. I was really excited to come back and see it. I'm hoping by the end of this, don't spoil this now for me, that you're interested in watching the rest of them. So
you watch the rest. Yeah.
I'm being open and honest.
He's gonna be like, I know you didn't like it too much, but we're gonna go ahead and watch the rest.
Well, you should give the other ones a
try.
try. Just dip your toe in.
I feel like anytime we watch something that's part of a series,
one of us
is always like, I'm gonna go watch the rest of these.
Yeah. Sam's planning to watch Zombies too, so.
Oh yeah, I got it. It's on my list.
Oh, yeah. I have to watch. I can't remember the Halloween one we did.
Alien.
I've been meaning. No.
The Body.
The Body. That's right. That whole like shindig. I want to watch those, but I haven't yet.
Oh yeah, well it's a fresh year, so you can hit every holiday at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, all right, here we go.
Sign up.
Boom, here we do it. Before we get any further, spoilers are going to happen in this.
Word.
And I'm going to be honest, they could happen to the other 2.5 other movies.
Okay.
Yeah, very easily.
I don't remember them as well because I've only seen the third one once.
Mm-hmm.
Seen the second one a lot.
I actually don't know which one is which. I just know like stuff.
Carl Urban is in the second one.
Yeah.
And the dogs are in the third one.
And to start with this movie, I just want to bring out that the fact that our cat Ponyo, who's been hiding in our bedroom all week, decided to come out for Vin Diesel's monologue. She just sat there, stared at the screen of like the spaceship coming in, and I'm like, what the hell are you watching, girl? Like, there's literally nothing going on.
Classic Ponyo. She likes to dip in and dip out.
Yeah.
She's just like,
Well, something clearly piqued her interest.
Vin Diesel's like just deep voice.
Yeah, she's like, wait, who dat?
Yeah, I haven't heard that man's voice before.
You guys watching Fast and Furious?
Yeah, because we're a family.
Yeah.
That's all they say in that movie. All of them. But Sam was immediately annoyed in this film.
Oh,
Classic.
no.
Classic.
It took her about 5 minutes, and she was hating on Carolyn.
I knew it.
It's terrible because Adam's like, why do you even hate her? And I'm like, I literally can't put my finger on it except for the fact that
just know.
I just feel like the way she delivered her lines and just like, she was so unlikable to me. Maybe I'm alone in this, but I was just like, once again, I'm sitting there like, did a dude write her? Because I can feel it.
Yeah,
because she sounds ridiculous.
I didn't think she sounded too ridiculous. I just think she was kind of
She's supposed to be kind of high-strung, right? Like
high-strung, selfish.
Yeah,
and the selfishness might be what bothered you.
Like, she had a lot of character development in the movie, so I think she started out strong as, like, not giving a shit, like, caring about herself kind of thing.
Yeah, and I guess maybe my question is, she was not the captain the whole time, right?
No.
She got thrust into the situation.
I was literally about to say that. I wrote that down immediately. I was like, every single movie, they always kill the captain first. Looking at you, James Franco.
But I think one of the other things that kind of annoyed me about her...
Well, we were talking about the captain dying.
You're right. We were talking about how in every single sci-fi movie, there's a captain that gets thrust into captainhood.
Yeah, like, somehow they die in cryo, too.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just Alien Covenant that I've stuck in my head. James Franco, for some weird reason, dies in a fucking capsule.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think they just always... I mean... They're in cryo sleep. How else are they gonna die? But I would like a sci-fi movie to start out with the OG captain. Please and thank you.
Avenue 5 did it.
Because that's true.
No, it didn't. It didn't. The actual captain died in that.
There you go.
Told you.
Fucking A.
But, because I think that's part of the reason that makes her unlikable. She's thrust into the situation and then she's like totally, I don't know, she just annoyed me. And then the fact that she was like driving the ship and she doesn't die by the glass that
that annoyed me. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
And that was like not enough glass shards to be like a windshield of a spacecraft.
Yeah.
First off, I would expect the windshield to actually like fall off as like a larger piece of glass.
Yeah, it's not gonna like shatter like that.
Yeah.
And then if it does shatter like that, due to her velocity, she should be scratched to hell and
Oh,
back.
for sure. She looked like perfect when she got out.
That should pierce her. Like, all that shit should pierce
Yeah.
her.
At the very least, cut her
Fire
to
should get
shreds.
sucked into there. She'd be like...
Right! Like, I was like, and okay, if we're gonna say, whatever, these 2 pieces of glass magically didn't scrape you somehow or do any you harm. Like, at least when she landed, like, there's a full fucking open situation there. Like, sand could have flown up and, like, gotten to her eye and, like, seriously damaged her eye. Like, I don't know. I was kind of like, really? Really?
Right.
Well, and then, because she was trying to just dump the whole passenger crew.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And-
fair. I respected that decision, but continue.
Well, anyways, there's a second.
Like, damn.
I know. I don't know how I feel right now. She's just gonna be like, she's that person that, like, you see like a little comic strip of like somebody like having a train. It can kill nobody, or it can kill like 300 people. Sam's sending it to the 300 people. Well, it's only 44, but
Are you talking about the 1 or the 300, or?
yeah, like she can kill one person herself, or 300 people. Do you not know what meme I'm?
I mean, we're overpopulated. Thanos it up. 300 people.
That's true.
Did
Anyways,
nothing wrong.
Yeah.
there was another pilot, not a pilot. He was another dude.
Yeah, the guy that got impaled
I think
or
he was
whatever.
a pilot.
Yeah.
Yes. So here's the fun part. I've seen this movie 4 or 5 times. I thought that was the OG captain. Like, he just finally fell out of his capsule, and then it was also impaled, and I was like, oh, okay.
He's the guy that wakes up and's like, why am I falling at all? I shouldn't be falling. Like,
I know. Like, for some weird reason, it never clicked. And I always thought Johns was the guy that already knew that she didn't. She tried to drop everybody, and he saved them. I thought that for the longest time. Because he also wears a similar uniform.
Yeah, well, and he's, like, super knowledgeable, and I mean, I can see that. I don't think that his character was, like, super clear, and then the fact that he dies right away just makes it all muddy.
Yeah.
right.
It's like, we don't care about him anymore.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of these beginning scenes are kind of rough, just, like, with the, like, the CGI and just, like, the way that it's cut, like, all the shaking and everything.
Yeah.
So I think also, like, if you're going the first time through, like, I didn't think he was the captain, but I don't know that, like, I really necessarily knew what the fuck he was doing there.
Yeah, I know.
So,
I just thought he was
fair.
like somebody who worked on the ship.
Right.
Right.
And then I also,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I figured he was another pilot. I mean, at least he was obviously a crew member, but
yeah. But the folks that survive, we got Zeke, you got Shaza.
Wait, I don't know anybody's names. So who?
Zeke is like the black guy.
Okay. The priest?
No, that's
Okay.
a mom.
Okay.
Zeke is the Aussie dude, sounding dude.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That like seemed to be hooking up with Shaza.
Okay.
The brunette.
Which
pretty
is the
sure
one
they were
curly...
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were a
both
thing.
Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah. In space, but that's beside the point. Accents can come from anywhere. Who knows that aliens don't speak with an Aussie accent?
True.
Anyways.
They're all from Earth.
Yeah, I know. Riddick, you got him. You got Carolyn. You've got Johns. You got a mom and his 3 sons that I didn't care to learn their names.
Okay.
And then Eli, I think, is the nerd. Not the nerd, the collector.
Okay. Like the guy that has all his personal
Yeah,
dues.
something. His name is like something like Eli.
And then there's a little girl
Jack.
who's related to
No one.
no one. She's just there.
She's an orphan.
Okay.
But she's dressed as a dude because it's safer to travel as a boy, a young boy, than a young girl.
Oh my god, I felt so terrible when that's revealed that she's a girl. It's just like...
As a woman.
How she's revealed? Yeah.
Yeah, as a woman, would you have been embarrassed?
At her age, for sure.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Especially because everybody assumed you were a dude for so long.
Right,
He's
exactly.
like, oh, BT dubs. I have no idea how I know this, except for I'm a creepy blind dude that must be able to smell that you're on your period.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No, I know.
He noticed the
other ones did, yeah.
Yeah, I know. But he was, the reason why I said could smell was because like at the beginning in his monologue, he's like, oh, somebody with perfume.
Yeah.
A female pilot.
Yeah, I guess I was confused by that too, and maybe that comes in later to play, but like the whole beginning scene sets him up as like
A monster.
having a bunch of like
Powers.
well, yeah, a monster and like having a bunch of powers, but was that just because he was in cryo? that he was like focusing.
He wasn't in cryo.
He wasn't in cryo. They made him live.
So then why was he have like super smell? Or he just had normal smell? I don't know. That was weird.
His backstory is basically, I don't know why he was in prison, but he was thrown into a pitch black prison.
Right.
And that's actually like how he got his eyes.
Right, because I think they alluded to that.
Oh, it's not?
Awkward.
He lied about that. It's the planet he was from. So if we want to get into the details,
that's right.
Because he's from Furia.
Yes, and they're making a 4th movie called Furia.
Oh.
Yeah, and so everybody from his planet was like that, and they were wiped out. Well,
except for him.
But yeah, I won't go into it because it gets into the second one. But
okay.
Heads up, we might spoil those. But yeah, he's Furian. I forgot. It told you. It's been years.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, he completely lied to her.
But he did go to a dark, dark prison for a while.
He did. Yeah. He's
been
to a couple prisons.
Yeah, I think I read that it's like due to the fact that he Jack Sparrowed out, where he was just like, people aren't like basically they were trying to trade slaves, and he was just like, nah, bruh.
Yeah.
And then he started murdering people.
And so.
Oops.
Yeah. And so Johns. Whoa. Fucking annoying guy.
Yeah.
Was another person that annoyed me. Was in the prison with him at some point or something like that.
He's a bounty hunter. Merc.
Yes.
Mercenary.
Okay.
That's the best way to explain him as a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
But they call him mercs in this world, in this movie world.
Same thing, I guess.
So like in part 1.5, they end up on a merc ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anywho, what annoyed me about him is that he had an accent that kept coming and going.
The southern draw?
Yeah, and I was like,
it's like he was trying to hide it, and then I don't know.
And then his little butt chin, I hated. It annoyed me. I don't know why. Wow. It's just he had a butt chin, and I was like, for some reason on him, I was just like, get rid of that.
I think he just didn't like it because he was annoying.
Yeah,
his butt chin is intense, though.
Yeah, and I just like fixated on the butt part of his chin because he was annoying me.
Well, he has a great line early on the film.
Which is?
Maybe he'll come back and skull fuck you in your sleep.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
That was a classic.
Good stuff,
How often do you hear the word skull fuck?
Not
in a movie.
Often.
No, not often?
Yeah, there were... Well, that piqued my interest because I feel like there were a couple fucks, and I was like, oh, this must be rated R.
It was.
Because I was like...
If the people didn't get
well, at that point, no one had been torn apart, and we were just dropping F-bombs, and I'm like, oh, all right, that's how this movie's gonna go. But yeah, I agree. I mean, skullfuck is not something you hear all the time.
But at the beginning, so John's got like the vest on.
Yeah.
And he looks like, at one point with his shotgun, looking like he's playing like an intense game of laser tag. Like going through the bones. He's just like, whoosh, whoosh. And I'm like,
yeah, he's like, I don't know. Part of this movie is like, none of them are taking it seriously what he's talking about.
Yeah, like, hey, this guy's an extreme murderer.
Like, he's like trying to walk around and check corners and stuff. Everybody's just kind of like chilling. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is so strange.
Sam did burst out laughing, like when the collector dude left his like perch.
Yeah.
And Riddick is up there drinking.
Yeah, like I think it was a rando that was on the planet. Oh, it was Zeke that died?
No.
I thought it was like a fat rando that was like,
somebody survived and then Zeke shot him.
Yeah, and then Zeke shot him, and then just like they panned to Riddick just like sipping tea. Like, up underneath the umbrella.
Oh, that was alcohol.
I know, but I was just like, this
It was
is
a great scene. I always loved that scene.
Yeah,
like,
me too.
He just looks so silly up there. They have a couple of parts where Riddick just does something or says something that's just pretty funny, and it kind of, it never takes me out of the movie.
Yeah.
Because you gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's part of his character.
Yeah, I think he's just like a smartass.
Yeah, it's great.
I enjoy.
And I gotta say, new mecha guy, Imam, he's the priesty one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
His voice,
Yeah, I like him a lot. he's in a couple movies.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
I'm keeping it.
Great.
I'm keeping him in my back pocket.
I recognized him, yeah. I don't know what from.
Yes, you will recognize him at the end. But this guy are they actually his 3 sons, or like is he like a Boy Scout leader taking the kids on a camping trip?
You know, they never really get into it, but I assumed they were his sons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But they called him his boys, but I mean, that could just be like, oh, these are the boys he's traveling, he's doing the pilgrimage to New Mecca. it could easily
Yeah, I mean,
go
they
either
could have
way.
been orphans, and he like adopted them or something. You know,
That
there's so many
too.
things it could have been. There's no reason for him to really get into
Yeah, it didn't
nitty
matter
gritty of it. Yeah.
because they all fucking died.
I was gonna say, okay, like, I thought we all agreed that we weren't gonna watch kids get gruesomely murdered. Which maybe, like, we didn't agree because this movie clearly had some intense kid deaths. And maybe I just don't watch a lot of movies with intense kid deaths. But the first kid who was in the coring room, is that what it's called?
Coring room, you're right.
Coring room?
Yeah.
I don't remember which kid it was.
The first one.
Yeah, just
The
the
little
first one that gets his, like they clearly, like, the monsters come in, right? Yeah.
He got his face ripped apart.
Yeah, and then, like,
His
you
whole
don't
body.
see it, though. That's the thing. Like, they come in, they attack him, and then all of a sudden he just, like, gets dropped with his face murked, and I was like, great! Like,
I thought you were gonna say that the first gross scene was Riddick doing his dislocating.
yes. Okay,
Are you ready?
double back.
You ready?
That was gross, too.
Vin Diesel did that. Really.
In real life?
He actually
It looked
dislocated his shoulder.
animated.
Yeah.
It
It looked
did.
very animated.
They said that they had to animate his wrists. Like, he couldn't do it with the chains on, but he actually can dislocate his shoulders.
he can. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I feel
But-
like that whole scene was made just for him to do that then.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, wait, you can do that? All right, cool. We're going to put it in somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, this is my party trick. Can you let me
Yeah.
do it on screen?
Yeah, put it on his resume. No, you're Riddick. No.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny, like the very early rough draft of this film, it was a girl.
Oh, okay.
And then they were like, nah, we'll make it a dude.
Yeah.
They changed it. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't.
Because Riddick is Vin Diesel now.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's hard.
Right.
Even not seeing these movies, like, it's hard for me to imagine somebody else as him, just because I don't know. This was like, wasn't this like around his peak? I feel like
This was his first like big
Like
movie.
the start, yeah.
Oh,
This is
okay.
before Fast and the
See, I was
Furious.
thinking this was
Yeah.
around the same time.
It is. It's like 2 years before Fast and the Furious or
Right.
something
Okay.
like
Yeah.
that.
So
I think
this
this kind
kinda-
of put him on the map, and then he became,
And then he
Okay.
did like Triple X.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, this all feels like it was like right together, and like at this point, it's hard to picture him in any of those roles that were right together, like somebody else, you know? So, yeah. But I was gonna say, doubling back before the kid gets murked, Riddick first escapes, and they start looking for him, like the whole big crew.
Yeah.
And they're not exactly being stealth, because this planet
Oh.
is like a desert, right? That's like
Yep.
totally flat. So, of course he's gonna see you.
I know.
Or hear you.
Right.
And then you're all trailing off, like all 10 of you. Okay, I don't know if there's 10 characters, but there's like 10 of you just walking
yeah.
around. Like, you don't think he's gonna find you, like, super quick? There's one of him, 10 of you in the desert. Like, come on, people, use some brains. At least split up or something.
Right.
And then, like, the next sort of scene that annoyed me, just get through
Sam's points.
my beef points
Was it like
ahead of the kid.
was the beef point? Was it like a huge slope at the beginning and then it just kind of slides down, or like is it beef throughout the whole movie?
I think it's probably just at the beginning.
Yeah.
I'll have to keep talking about it.
Okay,
to figure out.
continue.
But I guess at this point, I think Riddick knows the monsters are out there. This was, and
After Zeke dies, yeah.
After Zeke
Yeah.
dies, he realizes it. He's like, yeah, fuck this shit.
right. And so the captain lady, Caroline, goes into the cave to go investigate
With the fucking
with her fucking
rope around her waist.
rope around her waist and her carabiner. And like, okay, I understand you have adrenaline in the moment when you're trying to come out the other side and you can't quite get your rope off, but once she's actually out of the cave and all the people are around her and she's talking about what she saw, they start to yank her back and she's like, unclip me. I'm like, bitch, the first thing you do when you step out of the cave is unclip yourself. Because
Yeah,
you
she
already
didn't even
struggled
think
to
about
unclip
it.
yourself. Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Come on, girl. You were just like, I might die because I'm clipped in this cave. You barely make it out alive. The first thing you're doing is throwing that shit off. And
Yeah.
then you debrief. Like,
My first thought was, oh my god, that's gonna hurt like hell.
I know.
Yeah.
Because it's like tied around the waist.
Yeah.
Like, have you been yanked from that? Like, you could.
Yeah, no.
Not for me, dog.
I don't know
Well,
how she caught herself. That whole thing seemed like it fell apart pretty easily, and then
I
she,
know.
like, catches herself on it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I did like that scene because there was an air of mystery about it. Like, obviously something killed him. But when they were down there, I was like, it kind of had that classic sci-fi scene where,
Yep.
like, it's in the dark and then there's a creature on the wall.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, nice! Because I like those scenes.
Yeah, it
And
reminded
then-
me a lot of Alien.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very Alien-esque.
And then, like, she's going around the cave, and I'm like, no, that thing's way too small for this one cave. Like, is there
Yeah.
a big boy? Is there, like, tons of them? So I'm, like, sitting there questioning out
She's,
loud.
like,
I'm like, are there more? Like,
I know. I can make you like the creature even more.
Oh, do it.
Patrick Tatopoulos.
Patrick
Yes.
Tatopoulos.
Did it.
Nice.
He designed the whole thing. He actually, like, designed 3 stages of them. Like, the
at
larva
him.
form, and then the mid, and then the full-grown adult. Sam likes that guy, by the way.
Yeah, he did Underworld.
Yeah.
He did, like, the lichens in Underworld.
He does.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
yeah, Sam likes him from the show Face
Face
Off.
Off. Another plug for Face Off.
I know. That's like 2 times in a row. Something like that. Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah.
funny. But, yeah, I thought you'd enjoy hearing that little fun fact, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Did you... Shaza, she just, like, at one point, like, because she got mad at Riddick. Like, just shoot him. He killed Zeke.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
wait, there's a giant alien in there. Never mind. And then she just throws the arrow at Riddick, and she's like, thanks. Like, he like, gives a smart-ass response, but, like, come on, like, she's like, oh, I'm just saying sorry. And I'm like, bitch, use your words.
like-
Use your words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally talk.
Sorry, here's some extra air. My bad. I didn't mean to, like, accuse you.
Yeah.
J'accuse.
J'accuse. Yeah, she kind of annoyed me too. Classic
Sam
me.
hates women.
That's not
I
true.
enjoyed her gruesome death just because of what it was, like not because of who she was, but I
Well,
don't know.
that's
Just
what
because I liked gruesome stuff and I like monsters.
That's
Tim was rooting for the monster the whole time,
yeah.
by the way.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Was that what annoyed me about her was her death. Like, okay, so Riddick's out there with her and he doesn't move, and I'm pretty sure he tells her not to move, right?
No, Jack
No,
yells.
Somebody-
stares at her. Yeah.
He just
Okay.
stares at her.
Somebody tells her not to move. Somebody figures it out.
Jack.
And she still moves, and then she just gets murked. Which I'm on the team gruesome death. Like,
Yeah, you guys are rooting for the monster.
Right.
You can admit it.
but I mean, I think that part just annoyed me. That although I guess I don't know, in the moment, you know, you're just like fuck it. But
Right.
I was like, come on.
Come on, man.
It annoyed me that no one listened to him the whole film.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, come on! Like, if we haven't figured it out, okay, first strike, you know, is Zeke dying in the hole and he tells you something's down there. You go down there, you investigate. Okay, fuck, there's a monster down there. Second strike, somebody tells you not to move. He's clearly not moving. Somebody dies. Okay. And then the whole scene when they're trying to get back to the ship after the eclipse, they're not listening to him. And I'm like, this
No.
is like 10 strikes. Like, can we just
Yeah.
listen to him for
Yeah.
once? Holy
No wonder
shit.
he just wanted to leave them. Like,
I know, right?
Exactly.
We haven't even gotten to the darkness. We haven't even gotten to pitch black.
Yes, the whole reason for the movie.
I know. It happens at exactly 59 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Kind of weird, I know, but I like that it's like at 59 it just goes dark.
Yeah, that's cool.
We get like all these people, like once it gets dark, they're all in the spaceship back at the crash landing spaceship.
Yes.
And they're like, oh no, it's dark. We should just wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as what happened in the coring room, bad idea. They're going to
Yeah.
get in there.
What? No.
Because isn't that... Oh, yeah, because Riddick is just like, another time they don't listen.
Mm-hmm.
Boy 2
right. Pretty much.
is in the ship with him, and he's like, don't move. As
Gets
I go
marked.
into the shadows.
Yeah.
And then, and then I die.
But the
Get
shadows don't really help him at all anyway, because those creatures
No.
see in the dark.
That was like
Right.
that was like a cinematography thing. Like
It's just to make him look like,
a badass, just who can hide in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I liked it. Do it
Yeah.
again.
I was gonna say at the start of the eclipse, they annoyed me again. So maybe it wasn't just the beginning of the movie. They annoyed me again when the eclipse is lining up. It's not quite pitch black yet, but it's clearly turning black.
Right.
And they can see the monsters. Not Riddick. They can still see them.
Oh,
because
'cause
it's
it's,
like
like,
light
dusk.
enough. Yeah, it's like that in-between time. And they're all just standing there staring for like 10 to 15 minutes. And like, I call him Boozy McGee. because he had his personal collection of alcohol. But the collector dude finally tells him, like, yo, you should move. Like,
Right.
Hey, you guys should come here for
you
a minute.
should kind of, like, I don't know if they were just, like, stunned or what. But I was like, come on, people. It's not like you didn't know this was going to happen.
Right. Like.
So, anywho, it's just fucking stupid, is what it is.
You're stupid.
To just stand there. And then, like, the guy who's not even the smart one, from what I can tell, figures it out.
He did have a fun quote when he dies.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like, I was supposed to die in France.
Yeah.
I have never even seen France. And for some weird reason, I got Casablanca vibes.
I could see that. I don't, like,
We'll
we'll
always
always have France.
Paris.
I know, but
I know, for some weird reason, like, that's what I was like, why do I get, like, Casablanca vibes?
I was just confused, like, I don't know. I enjoyed that he said that, but I was like, are you from France? Like,
And
I
then
wanted
he's
more
like,
of
I've
the
never
backstory there.
Well, he was a collector and probably wanted, like, to die with French wine.
Oh, true. And cheese.
And cheese. Lots of cheese.
And French
Baguettes.
croissants.
Croissant.
I mean, now we're making France sound like a nice place to die.
You're not wrong.
So when it gets pitch black and they're like, Riddick, can you see any? Like, what do you see? I wrote down, like, Riddick, what do your nocturnal eyes see? It's like, I just was like Lord of the Rings, like, what do your L5 see?
Yeah.
Your LIC.
Because, like, I thought his eyes were sweet. Like,
Oh, they're awesome. Yeah.
apparently,
Very interesting character.
after the release of this film, there was actually a contacts company that created a, like, white
That doesn't surprise me.
contact lens
Yeah.
so people could get
Not
it.
a bit. Yeah.
Noise.
No. They finally are on the move.
Back to the...
Back to the
Back
other
at
ship. Yeah.
back at it again. But they're like carrying all these, like, glow cubes, and the way Mr. Collector Dude ends up dying is because he gets spooked. Is that what happens?
Yeah, he like gets scared and then he like crawls off.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, and then he disconnects their whole lighting situation because
Oh, yes.
He's a nerd.
I was through the roof at that. I was like, how dare.
yeah. And then right after that, he gets evaporated by the things, and then we find out that the Jack is actually a girl with the most embarrassing way possible for a teenage girl.
Yeah, mortified. Hashtag mortified.
I think they had
But-
bigger things to worry about.
Yeah.
Then John's is like, hey man, hey, like, come here for a second.
Yeah, you
Like-
find out John's is just a complete dick.
Yeah.
Hey, like,
You're like,
you know,
he's
like,
worse than Riddick, and Riddick's supposedly the murderer.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, hey, like, you should off that girl.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Why should I off that girl? And then they get into this fist fight in, like, the darkness, and then he dies.
The classic, you're gonna die, Johns.
I know.
Yeah. I liked how I will give Carolyn some props here. She was noticing them, like, you know, going off in the garden and talking badly about the rest of the
Oh,
people.
yes. Let's
'Cause
talk
she-
about their demise.
Yeah, talking about their demise in front of them because she, like, put some distance between them.
Yeah, she's just like, you know, let's just keep hustling.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know if I trust these two.
I know, like, hashtag doubt on
Yeah.
these folks. But then he comes back and is like, yeah, John's is dead. And Jack starts, like, getting upset, and Rick's like, don't you dare get upset.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at that. He actually cares for this little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Ish.
Ish.
In
Yeah.
his way
Oh,
that he
you
can.
learn who she is in the next movie.
Well,
I think is
Yeah.
it the third one or the next one?
second one. You find out more about her in the second one, but
Yep.
she's in the half one a lot. She's one of the main characters in the 0.5 cartoon.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, we're down to Riddick, Carolyn, Boy 3,
Boy 3.
Jack, and then Imam.
Wait, Boy 3's still not dead yet?
Boy 3's still alive.
Wow.
Until they get into the
Nice.
canyon.
Yeah, in the canyon.
Yeah, in the canyon, he breaks his leg, and then he gets... You look down to take a note, and then he gets zerp and flurped up
Oh,
the
yes.
wall.
We had to rewind.
Yeah, I legitimately was like, nah, you gotta come back and watch this death, Sam.
Yeah, that kind of reminded me of, like, a Maze Runner type situation.
Yeah.
Where just, like, boop, right up the wall. I was like, nice.
Shit.
Bye-bye.
I'm glad we rewinded for
Yeah.
it. It was
You
worth
needed
it.
to see. You need to see everybody's death.
+1 for another gruesome death.
I know. And then Riddick's just like, here, you're gonna go into this hole in a wall.
Yeah! Well, he doesn't even say that. He just, like, puts them in and puts a rock in front of
I
them.
know.
And they're just like, wait, is he leaving us? What's
Fuck, he's
going
leaving.
on?
What did you
And
think
like,
at that
now
point?
they listen to him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that Jack and Imam were listening to him the whole time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Those two always listened, and Carolyn
Jack
was
wanted to be him. So.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
obviously she's gonna listen. Mom believed that everybody was doing good things at all times because God is that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he's like, there is my God. Like,
Yeah.
when he
I
comes
know.
back later, it's like, ah,
Yeah,
really though?
and I will say from the beginning, Carolyn's like, shouldn't we just listen to him? Like,
Yeah.
John's like, don't listen to him. He's a murderer.
Right.
And then, but like, he has good ideas.
Yeah.
But he's a murderer. Anyways,
Exactly.
so they're like, oh, okay, we'll hide in here. And then the glowworms.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, those are stupid to me because it's like, there's nowhere there's enough light to prevent those things from coming after you.
I know.
Unless they
Yeah.
specifically avoid those for some reason, like in the universe, but
Yeah, like they had to like be. I don't know how they exist.
maybe they like damaged them more or something than regular light, so that's why they avoided them.
Yeah.
Well, they were giving off a blue light similar to one of the suns, which was a blue sun.
Okay.
So
Maybe
let's
there's
just.
something in there.
I just kind of like looked past that.
We got a little bit of doubt about it.
Yeah, there's some doubt. There's no shred. There is a shred of doubt.
Mhm.
But fucking Carolyn's just like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna go.
Mhm.
Peace out. Okay, so we got Riddick bolting back. Carolyn trying to follow, being like, we can't leave them. And then they go back, and I'm like, how are there no more lights on the ship?
Like that
Thoughts?
are detachable?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so
that's a
wouldn't
good
the ship
question.
have big lights on it?
It did. So when they got to the big ship, like they immediately flipped on all of like the floodlights and stuff.
Yes, but they could have just taken the ship, moved it to the canyon,
Oh,
closer to
I
the
see what
canyon,
you're
and
saying.
then done a lot quicker of an evac.
That's true.
Tim, what are your thoughts? You think they could have done that?
Yeah, probably. I just don't understand why they didn't bring more lights when they came back and he pulled them out of the cave.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm more or less getting at. Like, they
Right,
decided
right.
to go back bare bones.
Basically.
Right, like, what? Like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, it kind of seemed like I don't know, not a spur of the moment decision, but she basically had to coax him to go back.
She did. And he was just like, oh, you're interesting.
So-
And then he's coming back with her. And I'm like, interesting development. Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, so they spent a lot of their time jabberjawing about whether or not they should go rescue those people versus, like, thinking about other ways they could do it way faster and better.
I know. So, yeah, you got Riddick, Carolyn fleeing back to them
Mm-hmm.
while Jack and Imam are coming towards them.
Mm-hmm.
They meet up, and then the three of them, Riddick gets stuck, right? Like, that's how he gets stuck. He's just like, basically like, oh, I'll take care of these things.
Yeah, like they somehow get separated and she just keeps going with them and he stays behind because I think at the time it was only like one
There was only
monster
one of them.
and so he was doing that head thing where like he was
That
kind
was
of
sweet.
invisible.
Yeah.
In his
Yeah.
blind
I like
spot.
that a lot. I
Yeah.
like the whole atmosphere of the creatures, like their noises, what they look like, how they moved, all that
They're
stuff.
sweet.
Yeah. They had a weakness.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. No, I thought it was really cool.
And then
Oh, yeah.
it was smart that the other one like got behind him and then he could like see him. So like you're kind of like, oh shit, sorry dude, but it's also
Yeah.
like nice. They
Yeah, I know,
outsmarted
like-
him.
The monster's doing something good for once.
Yeah.
He got brains.
So yeah, so he gets murked a little bit.
And then Carolyn just
Comes back for him.
she comes back for him. Like, they're just
She's
like,
in love.
she's in love with him. Sure.
Gross.
Sure. But they're like, oh, no. Who's coming back? And then Riddick appears back.
Right.
Yeah.
No, she gets stabbed in his face. How'd you like
Yeah.
that death, Sam?
I don't
And he was not
know.
happy that she died for him.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. He's like, I'm solo. I'm team by myself. Don't die for me.
Yeah, basically. I don't know. I mean, it was fine that she died.
Yeah.
It would have been fine if she lived for me too. Like, I think it was either.
I think it added to it a little bit because it's just kind of like, oh, she had some character development, blah blah blah, and you're like, oh, they're gonna get it. Oh,
they're gonna get it on.
She's dead.
She dead.
The original story had Riddick dying instead of her, because
Okay,
this movie was gonna be a standalone film.
Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely built that way.
And then they were like, fuck, this Riddick guy. You know, he's pretty
like
cool.
him.
Cool.
I think we
character,
could.
Yeah.
I think we can do more with him.
Yeah.
And then they did. So that's why they switched it. Because Riddick dying selflessly is character development, but I actually like Carolyn dying because she was trying to kill them all at first.
Right. So, either way, it's character development. And not that I don't know, I'm kind of shocked that they didn't, not that I'm for this, is what I was trying to say before I started my other thought. Is that I'm kind of shocked they didn't, beat this with a dead horse and we have, 50 million Riddicks versus just 3?
3.5 going on 4.5.
Okay.
And there's a video
lot.
game.
That's true.
But it's over 20 years. So.
Right.
We had how many Transformers in 5 years?
Yeah, there's just constant reboots and stuff, and I'm glad there's not of this.
Yeah.
You like Harry Potter?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
now,
still concerned.
I agree. Like I said, I don't, not that I agree with them rebooting everything, but I was kind of shocked because I felt like this series was well received.
Yeah. What do you think of just the 3 of them surviving, Mom and Jack actually making it out alive in a movie where they seemingly just wipe out everybody?
Well,
I think it was good.
Go ahead, Tim.
That's all I was going to say.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that I like that they wiped out a lot of people. I think a lot of times when you start with these movies, even if you're not, going on to a trilogy, or whatever this ends up being, they keep too many characters.
Yep.
And I think this set it up very well to, have a few characters and potentially, I don't know what happens, but potentially explore their stories very deeply.
Yeah.
And then you have, this set of lovable characters, which we know is, part of great series.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I liked it.
I like that they kept a mom and killed the 3 boys instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
he comes back later, too.
Oh, he is in the second, part 1/2 and in the second movie.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I feel like he's probably a stronger character to keep around than them. You don't need 4 kids surviving.
Right. And I just feel like a lot of movies, they just keep the kids. Kids survive. All kids survive. We'd be bad if we kill kids.
Guys, we can't kill kids on screen and not gruesomely. Okay, we'll do 1. Okay, wait, we like that. We'll do 2.
They're all dead.
Oops.
We ran out of kids. Because you told me Jack was untouchable, so
I touched them.
I killed the other 3.
Yeah.
Smiley face? I don't know. I liked all the murders.
Yeah, that makes
it's a monster movie.
Yeah.
I know. But
you expect it.
What's funny is I wouldn't say the other ones are monster movies.
Oh, okay.
No, they're not.
They're more action adventure-y.
I see.
Yeah.
But
they just dive more into the universe.
Yeah.
That was just a random planet.
I know. So I only have one more note, and I have no idea what it means.
Okay.
Sockets mean nothing to Riddick. Sockets.
Probably his shoulders?
Yeah?
Yeah, that's what it is. He pops something else out of joint when he's fighting John.
Oh, it's his wrist. Because he pops his wrist. Which, it's weird because it looks like his forearm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you can't do that.
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
It's
so
totally
it's
how
gotta
it
be
works.
his wrist. So, yeah, he just pops it back into place.
Man. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Tim.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It's because we're a family, and we're going to stay strong. Tim, do you have any other notes?
No, I do not.
All right. I will get to the cast.
Okay.
Well, very nice. Riddick is played by none other than Vin Diesel. Who knew?
Well, not I.
Not me.
He's in Fast and the Furious.
What?
I know. He's in.
Damn it,
I know. Triple X. It's not like we brought those up already.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy, which is hilarious that he asked to be Groot. When they said that they were making the movie, he went to Marvel and was like, I want to play Groot.
It's so great, though.
I know. And,
Like, can you blame him?
oh, I know. Well, he was the Iron Giant as well.
Oh, true.
Yep.
So he's just like,
Yeah,
I like
love
voice
that movie.
acting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a classic.
You want to cry? Go watch Iron Giant.
Oh my
He's-
gosh.
He's
You
in
say-
Saving
Oh my
Private
God.
Ryan.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know
seen
that.
Oh, he is. Yeah.
I didn't know that. He's smaller in that movie, right?
Yeah. I don't know if he dies. I don't remember.
I don't know. And then the classic film called The Pacifier.
it. I loved that movie.
You would.
I know.
But Johns is played by Cole Hauser.
Okay.
He's in Yellowstone, that TV show. He's a main character in it.
Butt Chin Man.
Butt Chin Man. He's in Dazed and Confused.
Oh.
Yes, I
Alright,
am.
alright. Good Will Hunting.
What?
Yeah.
Butt Chin Man appears everywhere.
And then he's in Too Fast, Too Furious.
No.
Yeah.
You're just making shit up.
And then
You're
he's
just
in
like naming movies that Vin Diesel's also
Yeah.
I know. And then he's also in Rogue. It's a TV show. He's in like 42 episodes.
I don't think he should be parading his butt chin around in all of those movies. I'm
He was
not okay
actually
with
listed above Vin Diesel in popularity. Fun fact.
That's terrible.
Then Carolyn Fry, the pseudo captain, was in London and Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, yeah, he's also in Olympus Has Fallen. Fun fact. Again, more fun facts. She's in Silent Hill, which, you know, honestly, knowing what the Silent Hill's like character looks like, I kind of can see it.
She's the cop, right?
I don't know.
I don't
didn't
know.
see it.
For sure, she's the cop.
She's in Finding Neverland.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Finding Nemo, and I was like, get out.
And there's a TV show called Neighbors from the 90s.
Neighbors from the 90s?
No, Neighbors, period.
Oh.
It's from the 90s.
Okay, I was gonna say, there's a show called Neighbors from the
What?
90s? I'm down. I don't know
What?
what's happening.
All
What
right.
is this?
Then
Where am I?
Mom is played by Keith David. And Sam's like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Well, obviously, he's in Community,
Okay.
Requiem for a Dream,
Okay.
Ah,
The Thing. He's apparently the child in The Thing, Tim.
really?
Yeah, crazy, right? I'm actually going to skip this one because I really want to do this. Don't you disrespect me, little man.
Oh, he's Dr. Facilier?
He is Dr. Facilier, which means he is also Goliath in Gargoyles.
Nice.
But he's in Princess Mononoke as well.
Nice.
Ah.
That's hilarious that you said you liked his voice. Did you say that because you knew he was
No,
Dr. Facilier?
I
or
didn't.
You liked it before
He
that?
did.
No,
Right?
I actually didn't. So I looked him up in mid-movie, and I was like, no
Nice.
way.
And then you got to enjoy his voice.
Yeah,
for the
because I
rest of
wrote
the
down
movie.
New Mecha Guy's voice is great. I love Dr. Facilier, and I love his voice.
He's great.
He's great. Oh, he's also in the Second Chronicles of Riddick.
What?
I know, right? And then Shaza is played by Claudia Black. Apparently there's a show called Farscape that was really big.
Okay.
She's a main character. But she ended up going towards doing voice acting. So she's in games like Destiny, Destiny 2,
Oh.
Dragon Age Inquisition, and the movie Rango.
Nice.
Yeah. Kind of cool. Jack is played by Rihanna Griffith. It's Griffith. I don't know why I wrote it that way. And she was a model that tried to go acting, but then didn't like take off, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So she did like the version 1/2, but they recast her in
Aww.
the second one.
Sadness.
But she's in 15 or More and Wrong Answer.
Okay. I definitely thought, like, before I knew that she
This was
a girl,
hilarious.
I was like, that's the dude from Degrassi, Ryan Cooley. And Adam's like, oh. I mean, at that point, did you remember she was a girl?
Oh, I knew she was a girl the whole time.
Oh, okay. You're like,
I just
oh,
didn't want to
that's-
ruin that. I didn't want to ruin the twist.
You're like, oh, that's odd. Or something like
I was
that.
like, interesting. I don't think so, but
Like, you would think that somebody's from Degrassi in this movie. And
Yeah.
then I was devastated. I was like, oh, awkward. But she does look like Ryan Cooley, just with, you know, yeah, like,
feminine parts.
yeah, well, yeah, I guess.
But the director is David Twohy. I think that's how you say his name. It's spelled Twohy.
Yeah, I'll believe
Twohy.
it.
Sure.
He wrote and directed all of the Riddicks.
Okay.
All of them.
All of them.
All of them. And then he did A Perfect Getaway, The Arrival, Below. Not Arrival with
Okay, that's what I
not
was
the
gonna
good, not the
ask.
new one. This one's from '96.
Okay.
And then he wrote The Fugitive with Harrison Ford.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
a good one.
The tagline for this film was "Fight evil with evil."
Nice.
And then, yeah, I think that's all I got. Oh, this movie was filmed in the same spot as Beyond Thunderdome.
All right. I mean, it kind of gave me some Thunderdome vibes, but
It
that
did.
was more because of the
It was only like
the content.
50 degrees Fahrenheit out there.
Oh, okay.
So they had to keep spraying them with mist to keep their faces
Like
sweaty.
That's funny.
They actually had to have like heat lamps on set to keep everybody from like, it's like that awkward in between where you can't, if you're running around in shorts and a t-shirt,
Yeah.
you'll be a little chilly. The critics gave this film a 60%.
Nice.
Audience with a 77%. IMDb with a 7.1 out of 10. And Google passed it with a 90.
Yeah, it did.
God damn you. Right. We'll save Sam for last. Clearly, I would flip it on. I like the Riddick series. Even going back, like, it's 21 years old at this point. And I thought that this movie, like, the CGI is clearly dated, but that's not going to break me out, like, of a movie that I know is 21 years old. We're not talking Zombies, where it was 4 years old. And
What?
the CGI was like, what? Because I would say they're about the same level of visual effects.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That being said, that was a very independent film. So no, not really poo-pooing on them. But back to Riddick. I like it a lot. I'm not like a horror movie fan, but it has horror vibes because it's like a sci-fi thriller. So if I'm wanting to watch one of those and I'm not like, and we already watched Alien in the last 2 months, I would be like, yeah, let's watch this, Sam. Come on, Sam, let's watch this for 11 years. But how about you, Tim? You flipping it on again?
I don't, Yeah, obviously. I mean, there's
I was like,
You had Sam. You had Sam.
Really?
Yeah. You had Sam.
I feel like I do that too often, though. Like, I don't know how I got. I'm gonna flip it on for sure. I love this movie. It's one of my favorites. I forget about it all the time, and then when I get to watch it, I feel lucky. I remembered to watch it or whatever. So, yeah, I say flip it on. Everybody's gotta watch this, especially if you're into this kind of stuff.
I will say at this time when I did watch it, I was like really into Vin Diesel movies, and I don't know why. Like, I'm not a Fast and the Furious fan. I watched Triple X and this, like the Chronicles of Riddick. Like, those were the two, but I wasn't Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know. He was like we said earlier, he was like hot for a little, not like attractive, but like he was a hot actor for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be weird that like, I don't know, he was like a thing.
Yeah.
Their actor, like Jason Statham was like a thing for a little bit too.
Around the same time.
Just because to me they're equitable. Like,
yeah.
switch them out.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
I will say Fast and Furious, I've tried to rewatch it, the first one, multiple times.
Oh, it's classic.
I can't not watch it. I can't. It's so, the CGI is just, like the stuff that's overdone is just too much. I can't do it. It makes me so sad. I love that movie, but I can't watch it. I've tried so many times. I can't get through the first race.
Don't worry, neither could Sam.
So
I tried to make her sit down and watch it, and she's like,
So bad.
I'm good. I don't need to watch this shit. But we're not talking Fast and Furious. We're talking Pitch Black. Sam, are you flipping it on?
So
You had me.
So, okay, I clearly had some beef with the characters, but that's never stopped me before from flipping movies on. I agree that, like, because the visual effects are bad and the CGI is bad, that's not necessarily a reason to flip it off, even though they were a little jarring for me. I think the point that really has me on the fence is the fact that, like, I know it's called Pitch Black, but they spend an entirely very long time
50% of the movie.
trying to get back to the ship, and I almost wonder if, like, they could kind of rework the story a little bit to cut that down, because it seemed a lot, like, it just seemed very repetitious. Or if
they didn't make the struggle hard enough. They didn't portray that, in my opinion. But
right, like, I
the
think it
struggle
was
to get back.
I think it was like the same stuff over and over, whereas
Yeah.
they could have done some more interesting stuff there. So I think that's kind of like the hitching point for me, that it's like, would I really watch it again? I don't know. That being said, like, I think it's a cool universe. I thought it was a cool universe when I saw whatever the hell I saw all of it. I don't even know at this point. And to appease Adam,
Yeah,
not
you
to
would.
appease Adam, but like, I am interested in the rest of the story.
Ooh.
So that works out for his weekend plans, I'm sure.
It
But
does.
I was just going
And
to say,
tonight.
like, I think it's a really cool character. I think it's a really cool vibe, and I think this movie leaves you wanting more. Like, even though I think it had its issues, like, I think I would flip it on again because, like, I have questions about everything that's going on, and, like,
so many.
It wouldn't be right for me to be like, flip it off, I'm gonna go watch the rest of them. Like, no.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
I think if I want to continue on, it's worth flipping on. And I think if it was at parts of this movie, I would definitely stop.
Yeah.
There are certain ones that I'd be like those gruesome children death, give me it. I would be like, yes, this guy's about to die, let's watch it.
Hey, hold up, Adam. All right, you're good. He died.
Or like, wait, he's in the blind spot of the alien, let's watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think it's a good one. And I don't know that a lot of movies set up their universes like this cool that make you want to,
They did a
like,
really good job with it.
they leave you wanting more, which I like a lot.
Like, they probably could have left it standalone, but then they didn't, and it was good. Transformers, you're like, cool.
We're on the 90s Transformer,
Yeah, I know.
great.
Fast and the Furious 37 coming out next week. But I
Good
think
stuff.
Riddick, like, went and bought this series. Like he has, like, the rights to it.
Oh, I think you told me that, yeah.
So that, because they were like, we're done with it. And he's like, but I want to do more.
Right.
Why not more?
And so, like, he is working with the writer/director, David Toohey,
Nice.
on Furia.
Cool.
Yeah. So, going on to next week. Sam is up. She's probably shocked that she's up again because, I picked.
I was going to say, I'm super stressed out.
Yeah, let's see what she gets. I'm hoping for, like, a wordplay because I'm the only one who's gotten stuck with that one. Nope, you're back at it again.
Oh my
Back at
god.
it again.
Back at it again.
All right.
Well, thank you all for coming and listening to us because, we like to think of our listeners as a family and we'll fight for our family.
That is, once again, the wrong movie.
I keep getting lost. I'm sorry. No.